Minister Farnworth, one thing that everybody's wondering about right now, with all the rule breaking around COVID, is it a time, are you considering increasing fines for people that are breaking the rules and doing things that the provincial health officer is asking them not to do at this point?
The vast majority of people in this province are in fact obeying the rules. There's a fine structure in place. It is being realigned with the Emergency Program Act, which will allow for fines that can be issued under the Emergency Program Act, which in fact can go up to $10,000. Plus the police, depending on the circumstances, have the ability to lay charges under various statutes that can result in significant penalties, particularly as we've seen situations in some cases where people have gotten abusive or violent. So the fine structure is there. I can tell you that up to date, I think over 650 tickets have been issued, and I think an additional 80 tickets under the Quarantine Act have been issued.
Yvette, do you have a follow-up?
Given that, Dr. Bonningham, you described us on a precipice, and we've seen kind of a high-profile case of two individuals flouting the rules and actually flying to a territory to try to get a vaccine. How do you react to this just personally?
Well, frankly, I think what we saw yesterday of individuals flying to Yukon was probably one of the most despicable things that I've seen in a long time. It shows a complete lack of any sort of ethical or moral compass on people who would do such a thing. And as we've also seen, they have paid a pretty high price, losing a $10 million a year job, as they should.
An extension to what Yvette was asking about, we've seen instances at a gathering in downtown Vancouver where a condo owner has now been ticketed 4 different times for holding parties in excess of 100 people, and he continues to get levied with the same fine. Is there any way the province can get tougher in terms of an escalator or more severe penalties and a fine, because clearly this individual either has a lot of money or is charging people to come to these parties and is in essence writing it off when he receives those fines?
This individual, what we saw happening at that particular condo, again, is unacceptable, and the individual is fined and ticketed. That may also change in terms of reviewing what else has been taking place, and they could face further charges. As I've said, we have reviewed the fines and punishments from time to time. And as I said, they have been realigned under the Emergency Program Act, which it does allow for higher penalties up to about $10,000. But also, the police will be looking at what other potential charges can be laid against this individual.